Gun Talk with LT, episode 99. This episode's brought to you by StackWap.com, StackWap.com/shop for your SGE merch. All right, we jumping right into this bitch. First topic, we got DJ Akademiks. DJ Akademiks got suspended from Complex and Twitch for wild comments. He was pretty much on these platforms disrespecting Chrissy Teigen, called her a bitch 3 times, called her a hoe, called her all sorts of stuff out of her name, said her face looked weird, just disrespecting Chrissy Teigen, disrespecting John Legend, talking tough to Meek Mill, talking tough to Freddie Gibbs, all this wild shit out of character for Akademiks. He was on the Henny, and he pretty much got suspended. And before I dive into the beefs that he has and the reason why he shouldn't be talking tough, let me just get into this. He's on his own platforms. He's on his Twitch. He's on his YouTube. He's doing things, and he's talking tough. And Complex suspended him and forced him to apologize on his own platforms. He wasn't talking this stuff on Complex. He wasn't talking this stuff on Everyday Struggle, but they still decided to suspend him, which shows that he doesn't even have control over his own creative content anymore. He can't really talk shit or get on his platforms and talk his own mess because he's controlled by Complex, his employer. So is his platforms really his own platforms now? You're getting censored by your employer, which I find wild. He doesn't even have control over his own platforms anymore. Okay, now let me dive into this next stuff about him now. Because when you are a self-acknowledged pussy and you said you would snitch, why are you doing, and you're not like hard, or you're not a street dude or whatever, why do you feel like you can talk tough to rappers that claim that they're street dudes and claim that they're about that life, and you know you're not? So why talk tough? What does that do? I just don't understand why self-proclaimed pussies are talking shit. Why talk shit when you know you're not tough? What is this? Like, some people act like, okay, you're on the internet, you could say whatever you want to say. It's just the internet. Nah, you're talking tough to niggas that will slap the shit out of you. I just don't even understand why you would talk tough if you know you're not going to do anything in real life. That's where my confusion comes out. Because it's like you're talking shit about the man's wife. You're talking shit about John Legend's wife. Chrissy Teigen. John Legend is not no street dude or whatever, but at the end of the day, it's like, why are you talking about a man's wife? You're crossing lines and you know you're not that guy. So I just don't understand the talk tough coming from a self-proclaimed pussy or someone that says that they will snitch and call the cops if they're put in situations. So why talk tough? I just don't understand that. What do you think that's going to be met with? Do you think that's why people are going in on him and roasting him and his own fans are dragging him, because it's like they know that he's not about that life. Just do your job, report your news, and you know what I mean? Keep it pushing. I just don't understand that. We got a funny-ass freestyle from Freddie Gibbs going in on Akademiks. Because Freddie Gibbs is not taking this shit seriously. He's like, it's Akademiks. What is he really going to do? So let's hear this freestyle from Freddie Gibbs.
Americans, fuck academics, fuck academics. We the hip hop African Americans, hip hop African America, hip hop African America. This for hip hop African America. Cancel that bitch, got that bitch fired. You know that fat ass bitch lying. Niggas ain't fucking with me. When I catch Akademiks, I'ma squeeze them titties. Nigga, I'ma squeeze your breasts. Nigga, let the tips hit your chest. How the tips hit your chest? Gangsta Gibbs, I'm the best, bitch. Get with me, I'ma squeeze them titties when I see your boy. Play with that candy toy. Outside in the parking lot, in the dog like the barking lot, shopper like the sparkle lot. Nigga know I shop a lot. Fuck Akademiks here, bitch. Gangsta Gibbs, young nigga getting rich. And your hoe gon' suck my dick. You talk about my kids again, bitch, I'ma kick your shit. Gangsta
I forgot he actually mentioned Freddie Gibbs' kids, which is wild. Why would you bring kids into it? That's how you know he was off of the Henny. Akademiks gets wild when he's off the Henny and talks a lot of shit. That was a clear off-the-top freestyle. Freddie Gibbs just fucking around in the studio. Freddie Gibbs on Twitter and a lot of the shit Freddie Gibbs does is hilarious. So shout out to Freddie Gibbs. Yeah, this ain't no cancel Akademiks going on Akademiks rant. This is just more of objective view of what Akademiks is and what he's doing. So it's like, we know you report the news, you do your little complex show. So it's like, just stay with that. Stay in your lane for the most part. I ain't here trying to cancel Akademiks because I don't really give a fuck. But at the end of the day, it's like, just stay in your lane. Don't talk tough to the tough niggas. Like, I don't even understand that. Okay, moving on. What else do we got here? We got a packed show full of shit. Okay, so August Alsina doubled down on his claims of his relationship with Jada Pinkett Smith. And he pretty much said he's not backing down. He's not backing off of what he says because it's his truth. And he has the right to express it regardless of what Jada Pinkett and Will Smith and their PR team or whatever is trying to spin it into, or trying to, you know, they're regrouping. Jada said she's bringing herself to the Red Table Talk. So I'm interested to see that and see where the topic of discussion goes regarding August Alsina. But for the most part, he's doubling down. He's like, fuck that. I'm not backing off of my claims. I'm doing my thing out here. It is what it is. That's my story, and I'm standing by it. So that's where August is with it. And at the end of the day, I'm just waiting for Jada to respond, because it's not like we've seen the pictures, we've seen the relationship play out. It was all in the public sphere. So it's like they actually had some sort of relationship, and we know that for sure. We don't know how romantic it was, how sexual it was. We're gonna wait until Jada comes and speaks on it, and I'm not gonna play with those weird. If she's running around and doing these, if she's being mysterious with the way she phrases stuff, I'm just gonna come to the conclusion that they actually had some sort of sexual relationship or romantic relationship, and Jada and Will actually do have an open marriage, because they've said it at many times. They just didn't say, oh yeah, this is open, we do other stuff. They said it in clever type of ways, but it's like, we pretty much know, the public pretty much knows. And it's like, if you put your business out there, people are going to speak on it. So when people say, oh, that's none of your business, blah, blah, blah. You're a public figure. You put your business out there. That's what people are going to discuss, because people are fans of yours and people are going to just read into things. So it is what it is. Okay, what else do we got here? Kanye West. Kanye West says he's running for president.
If you don't get that bullshit out of my face, bitch.
Elections how many months away, and now you're going to run as an independent and run for president, and you don't have the campaign and the marketing dollars that Biden and Trump have been pushing out, and all the propaganda that they've been pushing out. I just don't understand this move. It's really kind of a joke and a waste of a vote. If you're going to vote for Kanye, you're taking away from a Republican or Democratic vote, because there's no way in hell there's no way he's going to actually win this. So it's literally a waste of a vote voting for Kanye at this point. If he was really serious, he would have started his campaign a long time ago. If he said, I'm running for president in 2024, cool. It's like, people still probably won't vote for Kanye. It's like, I don't even understand that. But he announced that he's running for president. I don't know if this is a push since he's dropping music. Sometimes artists like to do wild things and, jump out of the blue with wild statements because they're pushing music and they're using a way to market it and be inside the public eye and get all sorts of coverage from every show. So I don't know if that's what it is, but at the end of the day, I stopped listening to Kanye's music a while ago. He's on some gospel shit and I'm not with it. Pretty much after his wild comments about slavery was a choice, I kind of been off on the Kanye wagon. I have just been completely not even running stories too much about him, not really paying any attention to him, because that was just some cooning at its max. But it is what it is. What else do we got here? Okay. Recently, I've been getting accused of being like a race baiter, starting race wars, and people are trying to say that I'm focusing on some negative shit all the time. But really and truly, I'm just showing what's going on. A lot of these videos are out here where police are doing unjust things to black people, or certain, white folks are doing some racist stuff to black people in supermarkets, in the streets, certain things. And it's clear racism, but a lot of people try to deny the racist intent. But I'm just showing what I'm seeing at the end of the day. It's like, I got another video, and this one was, for me, this is very disturbing. It's a cop. Okay, let me just watch the video. Y'all react to it, we react to it, and then we'll talk about it as soon as the video is done. But this is wild to me.
In my car?
Why is y'all doing all that?
You can't reach in my car.
What are you doing?
Like, no, what is he
Why
doing?
is y'all doing all that? What are you doing? Why is you doing all that? Why the f is you doing all that? Are you serious?
I'm 118 pounds.
On her neck though? Why is you kneeing on her neck though? That's weird as Why is that kneeing on her neck though? Why are you kneeing on her?
Get back! Get back!
No, why are you tasing her? Stop. Why are you tasing her? Don't touch me. Don't touch me. No, don't touch me. Why y'all recording? Why is y'all tasing her? Stop touching her. No.
Like this is
Can you please delete it?
I swear to
Okay, so they pulled over this black woman. I don't know why. Like, I don't, from where the video starts, it doesn't know if, I don't know if they asked for her license and registration. I don't know if she was like resisting anything like that, but they opened the door, threw her to the ground, knee on neck, tased her in the stomach. She was actually pregnant. She actually lost the baby after being tased in the stomach. And why is your knee on her neck? Like, they try to George Floyd style her, and it's like, yo, she's a woman. And for me, and the reason why a lot of people go off and say this is some racist shit, because you never see them assaulting white women or any other type of race of women like that, but they're doing that to our black women, and they're putting knees on necks and tased. Like, why would you need? You're a grown ass man, and there's two of you. Why do you need to put your knee on her neck and tase her in the stomach to apprehend her? I just don't understand that. You're a grown ass man. You could easily physically overpower her and put the cuffs on her. So why, even if she was resisting, why would you feel the need to put your knee on her neck and tase her in the stomach while pregnant? So she lost the baby. I don't know what is going on with that incident with, like, I don't know if she's going to try to sue or I don't know what she's going to do about that, but it's absolutely ridiculous. If anybody knows the details of that situation, of what's going on after, please leave a comment in the comment sections. No links. Don't leave links, because links often get deleted or held in review in the point where I don't see the links or I don't see the comments. So please don't try to leave links. And a lot of people try to leave links to their own stuff to promote their own stuff. So don't do that. That's a way to not get shown on my page. So, stay woke to that. What else do we got here? Okay, so this is why this type of stuff boils my blood. For a long time, they were talking about, okay, we're going to do COVID vaccine trials. And a lot of British doctors and British politicians were talking about COVID vaccine trials. And the first thing they said is we're going to start testing in Africa. And I'm like, why are they targeting black people for vaccine trials and tests when you're in the UK? Like, why would you bring this all the way to Africa? So they actually started the trials in South Africa, and there's black women and men getting tested on for the COVID-19 vaccine. And it's like, you're putting these people at risk, and you targeted the black people in Africa, the poor people that need some sort of opportunity to make some money, and they're desperate, so they're gonna go through with your trials. And it's just taking advantage of these people and getting them sick or possibly killing them for your COVID vaccine. And I feel like that is just ridiculous type of shit. And that's why when people say that's racist or there's racism going on with that, it's like, clearly, why would you take your shit all the way from the UK to do your trials on South Africans? You could have done anybody else in the world or anyone else within your region, but you're targeting South Africans. It's like, motherfuckers aren't reaching for racism. We don't care. I don't ever care to reach for a racism or try to, point out things that are not racist just to, race bait or try to get those type of cheap clicks. It's like, who does that? At the end of the day, this is what we're seeing. This is what's always permeating in the news. This is what's always trending on Twitter. So I'm going to react to what's going on right now and what's current, because this is a current topic, celebrity news ass show. So there's more. Okay, this one is the most this is the most infuriating video if you're a black citizen. If you're a black citizen minding your business and you see this video, this is going to piss you off. So just watch this.
85 in a couple of seconds. Right, I've got to go to quite a serious incident. The reason I stopped you is when you came out of the Barnes, no offence to you, but you're a black male, okay? I'm not going to lie to you.
So it's racist when you stop me?
I'm not saying that at all. The reason I've stopped you, I'll explain if you let me finish, alright? In this area, we have a number of drug dealers. I'm not saying you're a drug dealer. That come up from other areas that don't live anywhere around here.
I live here.
I know you might know that, but I don't, because I've never met you before. Okay, so the reason I've stopped you is because I haven't seen you before, and I've been a local officer for a long time here. So I've turned round, and then when we came out to Kings Avenue, your car had disappeared.
I hadn't disappeared.
Shit getting out of hand now.
And people act like racism doesn't exist. They act like profiling, racial profiling doesn't exist. And, you know, cops are just all great people. Like, when stuff like this happens, you stop them because you haven't seen them before, and there's drug dealers and he's black, so you assume he's one of them.
If you don't get that bullshit out of my face,
this is what I'm talking about. What kind of ridiculous shit is that? Do normal, like, do people, the regular everyday white citizens, have to deal with this type of shit? Because if so, show me some fucking videos. I want to see that, because I don't see that shit happening. And I look at that and I'm like, what kind of shit is that? That is absolutely ridiculous. Okay, so Terry Crews. Again, my nigga. Terry Crews is in the media for another wild tweet where he says not all, he's trying to make a point about equality, but he says not all white people are bad and not all black people are good in his tweet. Once again showing he's putting a negative connotation over black folks and a positive one over the white folks to try to prove some sort of equality stance. But why would you have to say not all black people are good and not all white people are bad? Duh, like, nigga, state the obvious. Not all people are good, not all people are bad. It's like, but when you put a negative connotation, it's like, who is this guy's PR representative? Why does this guy constantly jump out of the woodwork, out of the blue, all the goddamn time to say something negative and try to, you know, throw some sort of distraction in the Black Lives Matter movement or any type of things like that? Like, I just don't understand this guy's motives. He's constantly on the other side of trying to just change the message, trying to derail the movement. Like, what is, like, someone come get your mans, because I don't even understand what this nigga doing at this point. It's like he wants to be hated by his own community. He's like trying to go out of his ways to just get canceled or make, you know, black folks stop fucking with him. Like, I just don't understand his angle. What else do we got here? Okay, so there's been a movement in Hollywood where a bunch of voice actors are pretty much stepping down from their roles. The guy that plays Cleveland in Family Guy stepping down from his role. The guy that plays Apu and the guy that plays Carl in The Simpsons stepping down from their role because they don't want to play black characters or any people of color characters while being white. And this is Hollywood's attempt to try to pretty much fake hustle. This is fake hustle. This is what I call fake hustle, when you're acting like you're doing something for the cause, but you know it's just bullshit. It's like, what are you doing? Do we care about voice actors? Like, I don't understand why they're trying to give us everything except what we asked for. We asked for no police brutality. We're trying to get some police reform. We're trying to end police brutality. We're trying to I don't understand why they think voice actors, and it's a cartoon. Like, for me, this is like, what am I, like, Jesus Christ. Like, what? Voice actors? So now little boy characters can't be played by women, grown women, because they're not the same gender. Like, what are we setting here? Like, I just don't understand that. It's a cartoon. If you're a voice actor and you're creative with your voices and you're able to play the role, we don't care what you are. Man, woman, black, white, Asian, brown, we don't give a shit. Like, are you kidding me? So people have to pick the perfect person to, like, I don't understand this whole angle. I don't understand this movement. I don't understand any of this shit. This is just Hollywood trying to be so PC and virtue signal their way to getting accepted by, like, I just don't understand it. What is the point of this? Someone make sense of it for me, because I don't get it. It makes no sense. We just want simple justice and liberties that every other citizen is afforded. We don't want to be killed by police. We don't want to be targeted by police. We don't want to be beat up by police for no reason. That's what we're fighting for. That's the main movement right now. Everyone focusing on other things and trying to mix up these different type of injustices or what they feel is an injustice. Like, this is not the focus. This is not the way. This ain't what we doing out here. I just don't even understand it. I can't comprehend it. I don't know where to start. It's like, what are we doing out here? We got to stay focused on the actual meaning. And then the NBA trying to put, like, Black Lives Matter on the courts, or certain sentences and phrases that will be on the back of jerseys, social justice phrases. Like, who cares about that shit? Reform the police. Stop letting us get beat up. Get some justice. What we really want, they're like, oh, why are they still marching for George Floyd? The officers have been arrested. They've been charged. Well, there's only one of the officers still in jail. The rest of the 3 were released on bond or whatever. And it's not done until they get convicted. Because oftentimes we see these officers get charged and they don't get convicted. They get off. So it's not the fight's not done until they're actually convicted, because being charged doesn't mean anything. And when you charge someone with first-degree murder, it's like you're trying to let them off, because you're not going to be able to prove it was first degree, like he left his house knowing that I'm going to kill this guy. So you're leaving room. Like, we need we need actual accurate charges of what actually happened, and we need them to actually go through for actual justice. Okay, so we got one last video to react to before I get out this episode. So there was I Am Legend was trending, and I'm like, why is I Am Legend trending? I go in, I look, and there's this white woman that is trying to run in this store, run in this establishment, and they say that they would not let her in because she does not have a mask and she feels entitled to enter the building. And that's the story about it, and that's why it's trending. And she's literally running into the screen. I'm going to play the video right now, and then we're going to react to it. But the thing, before I get to the video, I feel like this one is kind of misleading, because when they show the video, it seems like not everybody in the restaurant's wearing masks at all. So I don't understand why they didn't let her in, but let's just watch it and observe.
Hey, who grandmama this is? Bruh. Who missed Sunday dinner? Oh shit! Man, call people that woman, son. Who missed Sunday dinner? Oh Lord. Oh Lord. This fucking I Am Legend.
That bitch talking.
She's doing the same shit. She's doing the same shit. What the fuck? What?
This is very funny. But you still need to go
dying.
home.
Hello?
I went lock the other door. Nobody.
You got a Rona?
You need to go home.
Man, hello?
Yeah,
That I'm Legend. You never seen the movie? Yo, mom, baby girl. Who the fuck is baby girl? Hello?
He just called.
Hello? Hello? Anyways.
What? Go home. What are you doing?
Do-do-do. What a white woman at? Might be the one. Might be the one.
No, stop it. You say.
Oh man. God.
This is why I don't come out.
I ain't never seen no shit like this in my life.
Oh, I know that one. That one hurt. That one hurt.
Put it on. With your stupid ass.
Look, her head's already bleeding.
Damn crazy.
Look at the top of her head.
Damn crazy.
That's blood on the top of her head? For sure.
It is. I want to go check her.
You hate to see it, boy. Out of here. Stupid ass.
I'm not going to look at her.
You got $7 on your hand?
Okay, so that video, I don't think that video has anything to do with Corona, because when you see them pan off to the people in the store, nobody's wearing a mask. There's white people and black people in the actual bar. So I don't think this is a racist issue. I don't think this is anything to do with I don't think this has anything to do with Rona. I don't think this has anything to do with race. I think this has everything to do with behavior. I think that woman was just crazy and acting wild. That's why she was probably arrested, running into the bar repeatedly, hurting herself. She's probably some sort of danger to the people inside. I don't think this has anything to do with race. I don't think this has anything to do with the Rones. I feel like America's not handling it the best when it comes to it. That's why the cases are so high. They're not taking the precautions that other countries are taking. They're not forcing people to wear masks in certain stores. They're not mandating it by law. So there's a lot of confusion. There's certain places where they try to enforce that, like grocery stores and shit. But for the most part, it's not mandated by any type of law. So I don't think that has anything to do with that. But with that being said, I'm gonna wrap up this episode. Blunt Talk with LT. We right back at it. Yeah.